Hello, everybody. Okay, today is going to be about what I would do if my fall sessions weren't booking the way that I wanted them to, which I know is the case for a few of you. First, I just want to say that I'm doing this class through another person's educational platform, which is something I try to do about once a year. My class is called How to Create Demand Instead of Chasing It, and I'm really proud of it. It's just like a simple, but I think really clarifying class. So I will put the sign up for that. I think the whole goal is to have it be low cost, and then you get access to a bunch of other presentations from other people teaching different marketing aspects or photography aspects. And so sometimes even in the middle of busy season, it's fun to take a minute out and do some education. So I'll put the link for that right at the top of this episode. And then if you want to check into the membership, we are in the middle of working on our 2026 promotion in the middle of fall. So I just did a focus class on that this week, and it's up there. If you join, you can go see that one and all the past focus group classes that I've done. So I'd love to have you in there, and here we go. Okay, so the first thing I would do if I was struggling to book is I would take a step back and assess what changes I might need to make. So if you know what you know about human behavior and you know what you know about people booking family photography sessions, what's hurting you right now? Did you not start early enough? Did you wait until things had already started booking? Are you talking about something that's very relevant to families, or is your marketing very generic? Are you visible locally, or are you performing for photographers all over the world? Just do a quick little honest audit about what you have been doing. Because if you listen to this podcast for a while, you'll know that 99% of marketing takes place in your head. And getting that actual marketing out on the page, that's the important work that often doesn't happen. So the second thing I would do, so the first thing I'm doing, I'm assessing. And also the other thing that you might need is time or energy. There's a lot going on in the world right now. So I understand that it is hard, but I'm specifically speaking to those of you who need this income, and everyone else too. But I have a special place in my heart for those people who are trying to rely on this as a job. So if that's you, if you can't just turn off right now, then I want you to really tune into this, because I think it'll help you. Sharpen the messaging. So you can't just be generic at this time. Generic is scroll by. Generic is like she's doing what everyone else is doing. And I'm not saying, oh, you need to come up with the most amazing marketing thing that no one's ever thought of. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying speak more specifically to local people in your town. So specifically being like, here is exactly what I'm offering. Here is exactly what my process is, so you can buy in or tune out. Here is exactly everything that you'll need to know for this. And here's why I'm so excited. Last week, we talked, I think it was last week, about bringing excited energy to your own marketing and how that can be a massive differentiator when you're just excited about it yourself. Okay, number 3, I would take a look at if you have inserted any type of urgency into any of your marketing. So whether that's emails to clients, Instagram posts, whatever you're doing, where's your urgency, right? Fall is essentially here. So now is the time to speak urgently about how people need to work with you. Okay, and this is the most important thing. Okay, we're at number 4. It's the most important thing. Oh, I always feel like, I hope you guys don't think I'm a broken record, but still after all of this time, this is the most important thing. Everyone needs to be marketing like they're a local business, but very, very few of you are. And the reason for that is because our businesses feel so huge in terms of visibility. We're spread across the world, even. I have people who write me DMs in languages I don't understand, and I have to go in and use Google Translate to figure out what they're saying, and they're just being like, I love your photography. That's really great. I'm super appreciative of every DM I get, but that person is never, ever, ever going to hire me. And the photographers that follow you that live in North Carolina and Florida, and if you live in Florida, if they live in California, they're never going to hire you. So it doesn't matter, but it boosts our morale and gives us a false sense of data that things are really working. So you need to look at your Google business profile. Post recent fall sessions and fresh photos in there today with local-based captions. Let's say you live in Amesbury, Connecticut. That is not a real place. Everything needs to be about Amesbury, Connecticut and your fall photography in your Google business profile. That is so important and so overlooked. You need to be tagging your location every time you post because you're trying to get the eyes of your people in your town, especially if you have a small town. Like I have Bainbridge Island as my town. That's where I live. And our chamber of commerce will often just go through the location tag and share posts out of it. So yes, that's what I want, because the people who are following the Bainbridge Island Chamber of Commerce, majority of those people are local. There's those hyper local Instagram pages that are very worthwhile to partner with because the audience of said pages, like people from other towns, unless they have a connection to Bainbridge Island, which is still worth it, are going to be engaging with that particular account, as opposed to my photography, your photography, our photography as a whole can appeal visually to anybody, right? So my local Chamber of Commerce Instagram page is literally information about what's happening in the community. So very good to get reposts from an organization like that. There's many others. You could find a networking group. You could find a co-working space. You just want to be, it's so much more worth it to get localized than nationalize. They just don't matter as much. Community groups, share helpful, like, I remember, I think I told this, or I know I told it before. When I first moved here, I partnered with a little moms group who promoted hiking and outdoor activities for kids. And I wrote an article for their newsletter about how to prepare for family photos. And that one article literally set up my fall when I didn't know a single human here. I also did crazy outlandish things like go to the park with my kids with my literal physical business cards. I would do stuff like that. And that's honestly, excuse me, that's honestly the type of thing it's going to take to stand out. If you are, so I'm trying to think like, this is you need this money, the money's not coming in. Chi is hitting the fan. That's not how you even spell that word. I spelled, I don't know what I spelled, but I'm trying to not have swear words, even though so badly do I want to swear. I'm trying to not have any swear words. So if that is you, if you're in that position, you kind of need to get to the point where it's like, you got to do some stuff, even if it makes you feel uncomfy, right? Pinterest, local keywords, that's much more long tail. That'll probably help you fall 2026, but just do it. Just start using Pinterest. Pinterest is in trouble with me a little bit right now because they have too many sponsored posts. And I didn't realize how global this issue was for people until I complained about it. And then people started reaching out to me. So I'm hoping that Pinterest will fix that one issue they have with the platform. It's still very, very powerful SEO. So if you are in your town right now and you have fall sessions available and you have not booked them, you need to go into your town and find somewhere to show up to talk to people about your business. You just do need to do that. Like that is going to be one of your biggest wins because you want local people who are looking at you who can say, oh, I know someone, or I am in need of what you have to offer, because it's just so hard to put all of your marketing strategy on the back of a tiny, tiny little pathetic mouse whose name is Instagram stories. Okay. Fresh marketing. So if you are stagnant, if you're stuck and you're bored with yourself, switch it up. Go get a little marketing template from Creative Marketer Etsy and switch it up. Make it a little different. Turn eyes towards you with something that's a little bit new. I'm not talking about chasing new editing or trying new things with that. I'm talking about just creating a little bit of a different messaging within your overall brand. Not only will it help you because we as creative likes to create things, but it can just be something new for people to look at. So you can do things like a simple reel, the 3 Bainbridge Island spots that I love photographing families in the fall. Super simple, super local, super helpful. Our other photographer is going to watch it and steal your spots? Absolutely. You have to decide if you care. Behind the scenes clip showing a fun and relaxed sessions. Behind the scenes is super powerful. It's still completely underutilized in our industry. I'm speaking for myself as well. I suck at it. I'm always trying to get better. I really wish I could wear those little glasses that film everything, but I'm still a dinosaur viewfinder photographer. So I can't do that. I'm always like completely amazed at the people who use live view for everything. I can't, I have to look through that viewfinder, or my camera is basically the same as me holding a potato. Okay, a visual calendar that shows everything coming up for you with genuine excitement around your offerings. That little piece is so important. Gather up 5 testimonials and share one of them every single week. I bet you that's way more testimonials than you're currently showing. That would be my guess. Okay, if you're worried about price, let's talk about thoughtful incentives that don't include discounting. Book this week, 25 holiday cards are included. The design. If you use Pick Time, like I do, there's holiday cards that are included in that. So that's a very low cost to you, but so it's a discount in a way, but it's not discounting your actual session, right? I love this one. Every family who books a fall session gets a $50 credit towards spring wildflower sessions. That goes right in line with our promoting 2026. Mini print included for anyone who books before Friday. This is the sense of urgency that I'm talking about that's missing for most people. And guess what? Some of it's not going to work. Like, I wish I could sit with you as you post it and hold your hand and we could drink cocoa and watch it fail, and I'd still give you the proudest hug of your life because you just did it. Like, it doesn't matter. You're just trying stuff. You're just doing stuff. You're just putting yourself out there. And once you see that you post an incentive that no one takes you up on it and you do not die, you're a better marketer for that. Okay. This one's going to scare the pants off of some of you. Local outreach. Send an email to past clients. The number of people, of family photographers who don't ever communicate with past clients is insane. Like, you need to be communicating with those people. They already hired you. They already trust you. Just send a warm email. Let them know what you're up to. Reach out to other people in your sphere of clientele, people who are serving the same people, and let them know be like, hey, I'd love to hear about your fall offerings, and I'll tell you about my fall offerings, and we can share with each other's clientele. That's another really easy marketing strategy that's overlooked, because what if the terrifying thing happens? What if they're like, no, thanks? And then you know what happens when they say no thanks to your idea? You combust into flame, unfortunately. So we will miss you, but we'll think of you and your bravery often. Encourage referrals with a bonus. If your friend books a fall session, you get X. Send people out there to find people for you. Now, this has the caveat of the fact that sometimes referrals can be tricky. Fall is kind of the outlier for that, because if you're open to income in fall, it's going to mean taking on people that are less ideal. In my other seasons, spring and summer especially, I don't really love referrals, because even if someone is someone else's best friend, that doesn't mean that they're going to like my artist process, right? But if it's for fall, you could make it very specific. If it's for mini sessions and you know the whole thing is like, we're just getting the images and it's just low stakes and lower cost, you could get all of your past clients out there finding clients for you. It doesn't even have to be a photography related incentive. You could be like, I'll give you a gift card. I've partnered with this local business and I'll give you a gift card to their business. Like, it could be something as simple as that. Okay, and this is the most important thing. A lot of you guys are losing bookings because, I wonder if anyone can guess what I'm going to say. Because you're smelly. No, your booking process is freaking complicated. We are not trying to get into MIT. We are not. We are just not. And the other thing I think that the complicated booking process doesn't take into account is oftentimes clients don't know how to verbalize what they want beyond the fact that what they want is what they see. And they don't even know what they're not like nuanced enough to know how to describe what they want. They're just like, I want, when someone books online with me, what they're saying is, I want what you show. Simple. Good thing I know how to provide that. Good thing my entire business is set up with systems to help my clients achieve that goal. It's the same thing. Be frictionless. Getting more information about what a client wants out of a session is very trendy right now because we're trying to get this idea of like, I want to show your family. I want to show I don't even know what my family is doing half the time. Me, myself, and I. Like, we do cool stuff sometimes. Like, my girls skateboard and we go to the beach and we're very snuggly, but like, that's also a lot of mental work for me to try to decode the specialness of my family and portray what it is to you in hopes that you understand. Like, do you see how we're just stuck? How it's so much easier to say, hey, you make pretty shite and I want that of my family. That could be your tagline. And it's really easy to get it. All you do is you just book online and then you'll look. Whatever I produce for you will look very similar to what you fell in love with that I already showed you. Happy client, happy photographer, everyone's happy. No one's writing an entry essay for a top 10 Ivy League school. I think those are the same thing. I don't know what is Ivy League top 10. I am never getting into an Ivy League school and never would, because the amount of math I can do is the equivalent of a person who is 9.5 years old. So I'm not worried about that, but you guys are really a few of you are really putting your clients through the ringer. You're asking them to know too much because you know what you want as the artist. You know what you want to photograph. If you want to photograph people being snugly in their homes, just show that. Just show that and be like, this is what I'm booking. And people will be like, sweet. I love the way that looks. I know you as a professional will help me create it. So if I was in dire straits in fall, that's what I would do. I would get active. I would stop worrying about what people think about me. I would put myself out there. I would operate like a local business. If the local coffee shop is trying to sell more croissants, what do? They don't try to get someone from 10 states over to be like, oh my God, isn't that pretty? That photo of that croissant is so beautiful. Does not help them. They need to go up to people in their town, grab them by the chin, turn them towards the bakery, and shove the croissant in their face. And that is what we have to do as well. Don't be scared. You're doing amazing. Have a good week.